Welcome back to another session on the mat with me, Caitlin from Pilates for Life. I'm really excited to do this video today. It's been a couple of weeks. I've been really busy with my Zoom classes, thanks to all of you who've been participating in those and helping me to raise money for the Bermuda Emergency Fund. That's going really well, but I want to keep the YouTube channel going and give you guys some new stuff to work on. So I was thinking about what I could do. And I'm going to do a bunch of exercises using the band. So anyone who's done my classes has used the band. I've got my Body Control Pilates band, the purple one. Body Control Pilates is who I'm certified with in the UK. And then I've also got this red TheraBand, and the TheraBands come in different strengths. If you've been to a physio, it's highly likely that you've come home with a piece of TheraBand. They also come in yellow, which I think is lighter, and some other colors. So I've had a shoulder injury, and I'm kind of working my way back from the frozen shoulder. And so the red band is better for me for certain exercises. So I hope you find this fun. It's going to give you just some nice variety and also add some resistance to your Pilates routine, which is going to be great for your muscles and helping you to be able to stabilize certain parts of your body and gain better control of the movement. So let's start in standing. Normally we start with a roll down. We're going to do something slightly different. I'm going to use my red TheraBand for this one because it involves my shoulder and more of a full rotation. So we're going to do a roll down shoulder mobilizing combination, and you're going to hold your band like this in the overhand position, and we're going to stand up tall, lift the shoulders. I'm going to stretch the band and reach it behind me. Stretch the band and bring it in front and go right into my roll down. So it's up to you how tight you hold the band. Remember, you're warming up, so you don't want to go too intense yet. So we come up, stretch, reach back. And you can do these without a band if you want. You can just do arm circles at the top. Remember, articulate through the spine from the top to the bottom. Same rules always apply for your roll downs. Sequential articulation is what we want. Into our roll down. The band is also great for stretching, so we're going to finish with some stretches at the end with the band. Not sure how long this routine will be, but I kept coming up with exercises I wanted to add in. Let's make this the last one. Reaching up, spread wide, pull the shoulder blades down the back, lift, come forwards, and roll down. Exhaling up. Awesome, there we go. We got the spine mobilized in flexion. We got the shoulders going. So we're going to do a side reach now, and I'm going to stick with my red band for this one. So we're going to take the feet wider than hip width apart. You're going to really keep these hips and legs super still so you can squeeze your seat, anchor your legs. And you can also do this side reach without the band. You can do our regular side reach like this. It's up to you. Okay, so we're going to bring the arms up. We're going to lengthen over to one side. Breathe in. Exhale over to the other side. Remember, you're long through the spine here. Think of it as a side reach and not a side bend. Arms up. This time we're going to use the band. Lengthen over. Inhale, stretch just with the bottom arm. Over to the other side. Inhale, stretch. Back to center and down. Arms up. I want to make sure my arms are in the video here. Lengthen over. Stretch as you inhale. Keep the body still as you do this. Back to center and down. Let's do two more. Let's change the side. Hopefully my mirror there is helping to give you another perspective on this. Back to center. Last one. And down. Awesome. All right. So let's move on here. Let's go on to our pole raises. So we're going to have feet hip width apart and parallel for this. I think I'll go face on and then I'll turn. So hands are holding the band overhand and you want them about shoulder width apart. And we're going to bring the arms up, stretch the band, pull it to your forehead, press and bring the arms down. So I'm just going to turn for this one. We come up, pull, press, and down. So you don't need to pull the band down too far, just to the forehead. And we're aiming to have the hands just above the elbows, or in line with the elbows, I should say. Shoulders down as you pull, press, and return. This time, let's do a set of 3. Right here, we pull and press, and again, pull, shoulder blades down. Last one, pull, press, and down. One more set of 3, arms up, pull, press again, pull, press. One more, pull, press, and all the way down. Awesome. Let's take a different grip now. We're going to lay the band over the hands to do some dumb waiter. I love this exercise. We're going to work on the rotation in the shoulder, and you're going to think of isolating that rotation from the shoulder to the elbow. So your upper arm is going to be rotating, and we're going to add some challenge with the band. Again, if it's too much with the band, just do it without. Elbows nice and close to the body. You want your elbow right underneath your shoulder. Keep them nice and close as you stretch and release. Stretch and release. Pull your shoulders down. One more like this. Try not to compensate with the hands or the wrists. Keep them nice and flat in line with the arm, and alternating now. This helps us, the alternating helps us to identify if we've got one arm that needs a little bit more work than the other. And if you have that, like I do with my left one, you can do a couple on the left one and then go back to the right. If it needs a little bit more work, then address that. I'll do another one on my left. Let's do 4 more. The rest of your body is nice and still. Last one on each arm. And release. Excellent. All right. So moving on, let's do some squats now. So this band is a great way to kind of spice up your squat. Let's have the feet hip width apart and parallel. This is just for a Pilates squat. We're not going super low. So first off, we're just going to focus on pushing the pelvis back. The tummy is in. We bend the knees and come up. So try and match your knee bend with your hip flexion. So the hip flexion is you pushing your seat and your pelvis back. And we all know what knee bend is. Just let the arms hang for the moment. Focus on the squat, keeping the knees in line with the center of the feet. The weight around the whole foot. This time when we come up from our squat, we're going to go into a chest expansion, shoulder blades down and back. Press the band against the thighs, hold, and release into your squat. Come up, tummy in, press back and hold. Squat, stand up, press back and hold. Try and maintain that nice space between your shoulders and your ears when you do these. Press back and hold. Last 2. Press back and hold. Last one. On our last one, we're going to add some pulses. So you're going to keep the tension in the band and press back, 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 back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice. Just roll those shoulders out. Awesome. Okay, so time to come down onto the mat. So I'm going to move my mat back just a wee bit so I'm right in the frame. And coming into a sitting position on your mat, we're going to do the roll up. And the band is a great tool for the roll up. I'm just going to put my pillow to the side. Remember, roll up, you can use your pillow, your flat pillow or towel to help you with the transition from the mid back to the low back if you need that. All right, so let's put this band around the feet. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. And by all means, if you don't need the band for the roll-up, then don't do your regular roll-up. But the band is a nice tool in the roll-up to assist. So it's actually making it easier as opposed to when we did those standing exercises where the band was adding challenge. All right, sitting up nice and tall with long, straight arms. We're going to round the spine from the crown of the head to the tail. Let the shoulder blades separate. Reach those feet long into the band as you roll back. Let's hold here. Stay rounded as you exhale up and sit up tall. So we're trying to reach the feet into the band. The arms are completely passive. Go back as far. Exhaling. Try not to bend your elbows at all. If you bend your elbows, you're compensating. I'd rather have to bend your elbows to get up. Having to bend your elbows to pull yourself up, just go halfway back or as to do that. Last one. I could do these all day. All the way up. Excellent. I keep glancing up at my mirror because I've got my exercises written up there. Okay, so let's see, roll up. Now, down to the mat. I'm going to pop a pillow there for my head to rest on. So bring yourself down. And I'm going to stick with my purple band here because we're going to do some spine curls. So let's just put the band down. Lift the seat, peel the spine bone by bone off the mat. Send a good amount of that weight towards your feet so that you're not sliding down the mat. And then soften the chest and work back down bone. Words for moving one vertebrae at a time from the bottom of your spine, working up. And then working from here, one vertebrae at a time, back down to the mat. One more. Lift your seat and peel the spine off the mat. Exhale down. So we're back to the band to add challenge and resistance. We are going to hold shoulder width apart, reaching our arms up to the ceiling. And you're going to be lowering your arms as you spine curl up. So if you're not sure, just watch me for the first one. If you know what you're doing, join in. Tuck the tailbone, lift the seat, lower the arms. At the top, we inhale, band on the thighs, lift the arms, and exhale down to the mat. So the arms are back up, and now they're coming together. Arms down, spine up, band on the thighs, resist, and work your way back down to the mat. 3 more. So now you don't have your arms down. And furthermore, you're adding that press down at the top, which is just going to challenge you even more. Make sure you're... See, I don't go up particularly high because my spinal movement just doesn't allow for it. Last one, spine curl up. Let's release down to the mat. Let's band side, pull the knees to the chest. Take a little stretch here. All right, so we're going to do some hip rolls now. Lovely hip rolls. If you knees. We're going to glue the knees and the feet together. I think for this one, I'm going to come back to my red band. All right, so again, arms are up overhead, and we're going to be doing our hip roll and adding a little stretch of the band. If you don't want to do this one with the band, the arms are down with the palms facing up. All right, so let's hip roll over to the right. Remember, the top foot comes off the mat. Inhale, stretch the band with the opposite arm only, and then rotate back to center. So we're going to stabilize with the left arm here and stretch with the right. Oh, and I got a nice little click there in my spine. That felt really good. Rotate and stretch. One arm is stabilizing, the other arm is doing the stretching. Try not to focus on getting your legs towards the floor. Focus on the rotation through the pelvis and your spine. Love these too. I could do these for a while. But we haven't got all day, so this is our last one. To center. Excellent. Okay, so let's go on to some work for your seat, legs. We're going to a double knee fold, and this is a bit of a faff because you have to get the band around both feet. Okay, so we're going to make a V with the feet, heels together, toes apart, a Pilates V, and then we're going to cross the band over to swap hands, and then those elbows come to the mat. So if you want to make it more challenging, tighten up on the band. If you want to make it easier, loosen up on the band. So in this position, this is our start position, knees wide, feet are kind of over the seat. Remember, heels together, toes apart. We're going to keep a neutral low back, heavy in the tailbone, squeeze the seat and press out. Bend the knees and come back. You can press more up to the ceiling if you want as well. That is perfectly fine. So nice and slowly, squeeze and press. So I want you to feel those inner thighs drawing together as you press up. Knees wide as you come back. That's it, heels over seat. This time just come halfway back and then press right back out. Halfway back and press. Halfway back and press. 3 more. And press. Last 2. Last 1. And release. So let's keep the band on the right foot. Take the left foot out. Bring the left foot down. Bend the knee. And we're going to hold the band in each one end of the band in each position. So knee is over hip. This is really helpful. It's really helpful for this one if you have a mirror so you can see yourself. All right, so again, heavy in the tailbone. We're going to work the right leg here and the seat especially. We're going to slowly press out to straight and then bend the knee and come back to that knee fold position. Press out to straight. So try not to go any further back than this. I don't want you coming all the way in here. There's no benefit to that. Press out and slowly back. Control it. Press out and slowly back. Out and back. Last 2. We're going to do about 8 on each leg. And last one, press out and back. Just release. I know it can get hard on the hands, so release. Just give the blood a chance to get back to those hands. Swap to the left foot. Get it in position. You want it around the ball of the foot and the toes, especially. And we're going to hold that band as tight or as loose as you want. Left knee is bent. You want the left knee over the left hip. And we're going to squeeze and press out from the seat. Bend the knee and bring it back. So we're trying to take this leg out to about 45 degrees. Think of your single leg stretch. Press out and back. Press out, back. That's halfway. We've got 4 more. Press and back. Press and back. 2 more. Press and back. Last one. Press and back and release. Excellent job. I will do the for now, but you can do your leg circles without the band. If you do them without the band, they're going to be more about and working on the deep abdominal to stabilize, as well as working on the mobility at the hip joint. With the band, they're just more about mobility of the hip joint, and they're just a great way to do these exercises. So your left leg can be bent or straight. If it's straight, flex the foot and anchor it to the floor, to the mat, and you don't have to have this band too tight for this one. As long as you're getting a little bit of support from the band, that's what we're looking for. And we're going to be circling the thigh bone in the hip joint. So I'm going to turn my leg out slightly, and we're going to go across the body, circle down to the outside and up. Across, down, out, and up. So I want you to keep the back of your pelvis glued to the mat. I want you to try and make as big a circle as you can. One more in this direction. It's about motion. And reverse. We go out, across, and up. Out, down, across, and up. 3 more. And let's make this the last. Bring your left leg up, loosen up on the band there. Pop the left foot in. Try and get the band around the ball of the foot and the toes. I'll give you guys a little time to get sorted because I know I've done this a lot, so I'm well versed at it. Right leg can be straight with the foot flexed or bent like this. I think I'll do this one with a knee bent. And we're going to turn that left leg out a little bit. We're kind of pointing slightly into the band. We go across and up. And up. To mobilize. Across, to and up, and reverse. Down, across, and up. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. I'm sure you can hear how happy the birds are today. It's a beautiful day. And release. Awesome. Okay. So fun. I realized that we can add the band to our oyster. So that we are going to do. So I recommend just coming up into sitting. Yeah, I knew this would happen. My hair is just a mess now. Never mind. All right. So we're going to wrap the band around the thighs. So you're going to bring your thighs pretty close together. Make sure they're touching. And this is really important. I want you to make 1 knot. So don't double knot, just 1 knot, pretty tight. Make sure the band's above your knees. And you want the knot to be on top of your thigh. So sort of just above the knee, but right there. And that will stay. You know, with the kind of friction of the rubber, it shouldn't slide around too much. Okay, so let's come into lying on the right side. I should have had more pillows down here. Anyway, lengthen the right arm down. Put your pillow or pillows on top of it. You're in your oyster position. Waist is lifted. You've got some choices here. You can keep your legs down, or you can lift your heels up to belly button height. And we're going to open and close. Oh my goodness, that's quite difficult. Open and close. This is adding a lot of If I was going to do a lot of these, I would definitely do less resistance than this. I've done a bit too much. So you've got to keep that bottom knee pressing down and press up with the top. So we've now made this oyster more about the muscles and less about the mobility. Because unless you're super strong with the band here, you can't really go to your full range of motion. Let's do 2 more here because this is the only side lying exercise we're going to do. Last one on this side. And release. Whew. All right. Let's do the other side. I'm going to have to grab a couple of pillows for this side. That's all right. You can get yourself set up. All right, so you're going to be lying on your left side with your band around your thighs, just above the knee, a few inches above the knee. You're going to have that nice secure knot. I'm not going to go quite as tight on this side. Okay, so lengthen up. I got to move my little thing. All right, is lifted. And you can have your feet down or feet up, and we open and close. Okay, that's a good challenge without being impossible. That's what we're looking for. Remember that bottom knee needs to stay down, and the waist needs to stay lifted. There we go. Feet are heavy, resting together. That's halfway. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And last 1. And release. Excellent job. Take that band away. We're going to use the band now to do some stretches. Okay, so lying on your back, something under your pillow or something under your head to support it. Let's put the band around the right foot. Remember, you want it around the ball of the foot and the toes. Now, I don't mind what you do with your left leg, but whatever you do with it, you need to have a neutral pelvis. So you can't be stretching it out and having a big extension in your low back. You want to be able to hold neutral. Okay, so we're going to bring our elbows down to the mat. We're going to stretch this right leg up. And I will say we're So if straightening out your leg completely gives you the pain behind your knee, well, you need to stop a little bit before you reach that point. So we're going to soften the knee and then stretch. So remember, you don't want the pain in the back of the knee. You want it in the meat of the muscle. Bend and straighten. Hold for a moment. Little bend. And straighten. Remember, don't compensate with the pelvis. Stay heavy in the back of the pelvis. You're not flattening the small of the back to the mat. We're going to hold the next one, so let's stretch and hold. Right here, stay with it. Now, ideally, you would hold this for about 30 seconds. So let's stay with it a bit longer. Heavy in the tailbone. Just relax into the stretch. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. The breathing is to slow your nervous system down. Okay, well, and also because you need air to breathe, to live, right? Okay, so let's reach up now. Actually, let's do our calf stretch. Sorry, let's reach the heel up and pull the toes back towards us. Oh my goodness, and hold that one. So you should be feeling that now back here in the meat of your calf muscle. So now we're stretching all the way down the back of the leg. You're really going to need to use your breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. And last one, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, now let's take the band into the right hand. So both ends of the band into the right hand. Left arm comes out to the side. If your left knee has been bent, I want you to stretch the leg out now. And we're going to go for the groin stretch. Take the right leg out to the right, nice and slowly. Keep flexing the foot and pulling on the band to support the leg. Hold wherever it's comfortable for you. We're going to do a few breaths here. Try and keep your left hip on the mat. Keep stretching that left arm away, left leg away. One more. And now draw the leg slowly back to center. And this is the one that everybody loves. So let's put the right hand across without your seat lifting off your hand. I already feel the stretch. There's no need to go any further. And I'm going to turn my whole foot and ankle inward. So I'm turning them to the left. And now I really feel that stretch on the outside of my right calf, or outside of the bottom of my right leg. One more. And soften the knee to release. Let's pop the left foot in, take the right leg out. Remember, the right leg can be straight on the floor, or you can bend the knee, elbows to the mat. Left leg is long, heavy in the tailbone. Try not to compensate by tucking your pelvis. And we bend and stretch. Remember, you don't want your leg moving around when you do the stretch. The foot has to stay still. Feel like when you stretch and straighten the leg, you're just pushing the heel up. So really keep an eye on your foot. You can line it up with something on the ceiling. Bend and straighten and hold. Stay with it. So we're going to combine our long hold with also the calf stretch. Reach the heel up, pull the toes down. Oh, yikes. And we're going to hold this as long as we can. Remember, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, staying heavy in your tailbone, not compensating by tucking the pelvis. Let's do one more breath in and out here. Great job. Let's take both ends of the band into the left hand. Stretch that right leg out if you haven't already. Right arm out to the side. And we're taking the left leg. Keep flexing the foot, pulling on the band. Stretching the opposite hand and arm out to compensate, to counterbalance, to try and keep the back of your pelvis on the mat. And hold. I've definitely got a difference in my two sides. This side is easier. This side does not like internal hip rotation, that's why. And gently bring that leg back to center. Pass both ends of the band to the right hand. Put your left hand under your left seat, just so we can make ourselves keep that left hip down. Take the left leg across the center line of the body until you feel the stretch, and then turn the foot to the right. That should bring the stretch kind of up here more. That rotation of the foot to the right. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften the knee and release. Put that band to the side. Roll yourself up into sitting. Let's just finish with cat. Nice little bit of spinal flexion here. All right. So coming into your 4-point kneeling position, we're going to have hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. Starting from the tailbone, we're going to work very slowly up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. until we reach the head. And now let's lift the head, let the chest sink, pull the shoulders back, lower the tummy, coming into an extended cat. Now from the tailbone, tuck, rounding slowly up, breathe in. For the last time, lift the head, pull back, chest is forward, lower the tummy, and then go. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of great variety and challenge there for you. So that's it for today. Join me in my Zoom classes if you want, or keep coming back to my Pilates for Life YouTube website. Thank you for your support, and enjoy this video for many times to come, I hope. Thank you.